Hello and welcome back to another weekly vlog. I'm Kristen if you're new on the channel, and it's currently Friday after work. I just arrived at the stable, so I'm gonna go see my horse now. I went earlier to the shop. I'll put some clips here that I filmed earlier. I went earlier to do some grocery shopping for the weekend, and I also had lunch in my lunch break at the garden center. They have a fantastic restaurant here in Tartu. I had a super good half burger kinda, and these potatoes from the oven. It was so good, and I'm actually super tired today because I slept so poorly last night. I don't know, I fell asleep super late, so I can't wait to get home. But first I'm gonna enjoy some time with my horse. And luckily it has gotten warmer since I think 2 days ago we had -14, -15 in the night. So luckily it's getting a bit warmer again, and I will take Spirit's winter blanket away today. He doesn't need that when it's only around 0 degrees. Tomorrow is Independence Day of Estonia, and
free at last.
and we are actually celebrating today already because we both have to work on Tuesday, and Christo's parents are coming over later today. We just had an agreement, more or less. The song is very accurate.
Sheet coming off there.
And I bought these daffodils this week, and I don't understand why they get so crispy. Chris said it's because of the toaster, but I don't think so, because they're not standing right there.
They were.
No, they were not. And also this, I don't know, I think maybe it's a cutting or water issue, because I did cut them when they came home, but they just seem to rot. I don't know. This is the snack platter that I made already. I'll show it to you in detail later. And here are the deviled eggs. And I'm just gonna use some store-bought puff pastry, and I'm just gonna bake it right now, plain. Maybe put some salt or something on top. It's now a couple of hours later, and we had so much fun with our visitors. We really enjoyed the afternoon, had some good food and some mimosas, and we were just talking, and now we're actually chilling on the couch and letting the evening and now we're just chilling on the couch and watching a series on Netflix, and we're just gonna take a breather for the rest of the day and just gonna chill. We're just gonna take it easy for the rest of the day. Live again. Today is Thursday, the 27th of February. I didn't vlog the last 2 days because I just had so low energy, like I don't know, and I just wanted to give myself a little bit of rest. But here we are. I want to show you how to do this plant macrame hanger. It's like a DIY plant hanger and it's really easy to do, and I think it takes maybe like 5 to 10 minutes to do, and it's such a cute idea. I'm making this for a friend, so maybe she can hang it up in her home. She's currently like recovering from surgery, and I just want to make her a little something. Also, what we'll probably do next week, since spring officially starts, we're gonna refresh the front porch, and we have to clean up the front porch for that. There is still like dead plants on there and like my winter garland and stuff like this, but I think that's probably something we'll do next week. But yeah, let's start with this plant hanger. You really don't need much actually. All you need is rope and scissors. I use this Utah rope and also this like smaller string basically. And you can use, or I recommend to use like a thinner rope than this. This is almost as thick as my finger, just because it looks a little bit nicer. It's like a little bit finer, but I'm gonna work with this because I just have this at home. And I use this for the other plant hanger already, and it's turned out pretty cute. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you use a rope that can like withstand, you know, the weight of the pot and the weight of the plant. So depending on how big of a pot you want to hang, of course, then you have to choose a thinner or thicker rope. And we're gonna do this 3-sided or 3-knotted plant hanger. So there will be like 3 knots basically around the pot. And for that, I'm just gonna cut 3 strings basically, and they should all be the same length. So let's say that you want the plant to hang like this far from the like ceiling down. You have to double that length. So I'm taking double that. It's about this much. You can take more if you want, it doesn't really matter. So now I'm gonna cut. I should have used sharper scissors. But it's okay. I'm just gonna make it work. This is also very thick rope, and if it like twirls out like that, it doesn't matter because we're gonna do a gathering hook for the plant to hang nicely and to be really secured. And we're gonna do like another gathering knot in the bottom, so all of this twirly stuff actually makes for really good decoration, and you don't need to like cut it. I'm 175. I think this is like 2 meters of rope or something. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them like next to each other like so, and we're gonna make sure that all of these ends are almost at the same length. And then you can use either a hook or just a doorknob. I'm gonna use the doorknob of our garden door. Let me turn you around. So I just hung it there, and I'm gonna just make sure that they're all at the same approximate length. Doesn't need to be like super exact. I think one is a little bit like longer, but it doesn't matter. And then what we're gonna do is do a gathering hook. So what that means is we're gonna take this smaller rope that I showed you earlier, and then we're gonna tie around here. So all of these loops basically will be together, and they won't like flop around like this, and you can hang the plant really nicely. And I'm gonna do that on the doorknob. I'll bring you in a little. Then I'll take my smaller like thread basically. It's also this Utah thread, and I'm just gonna cut maybe like a meter or something. Okay, so I keep saying gathering hook, but I mean gathering knot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this string and we're gonna make a loop like so. Then we're gonna put, you can make the loop like quite big. Then we're gonna put the string, we're just gonna like tie around it and make sure to keep the loop here and this little piece always out. And just tie very tightly around it. You can like pull it a little and secure it with your thumb. And be sure also to kind of layer the loops, like these big loops, how you want them to look later on, because you will not be able to move them much after you've tied the like gathering knot pretty tightly. And now I'm just gonna like tie all of it around. And I just go like basically one round around all of these 3 ropes, and then go a little bit down, one round, a little bit down. I'm not gonna make too big of a like gathering knot. And now I am left with this little end piece, and I'm gonna slide it through that loop, like so. Just slide it through, and then you're left with this end piece here, and you're just pulling this loop up. Okay, mine broke right now. That's not ideal. You can also double this rope, but I did pull it through. Okay, I'm just gonna do it again because mine broke. Not ideal, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna take a new piece of rope. Last time it didn't break. It was pretty like firm. I don't know. We're just gonna do it. Knot around here. And I'm just gonna start by tying a knot very loosely, because you want to make sure that they're at the same like distance. Like all of the knots should be at the same distance when you tie them. So I'm just not gonna tie them real tight at the moment. We're gonna do this when we have done all the first knots. I think this is fairly the same. They don't need to be like exact, but at least kind of the same. And it helps like if they dish out in like a row like here. So I can see that they are pretty much at the same height. So I'm just gonna tie them real tight. They don't have to be extremely tight, but tight enough to like withstand some pressure. Okay, and then we're gonna make the second knot. This is, in this area is gonna be where your pot will sit. So you kind of have to take a longer distance if you have a bigger pot. Otherwise it's gonna be a really tight net basically. We are gonna take one rope of each side, so one from here and one from here, and we're gonna do a knot with those. So we're basically tying together each side, and you should take like always the middle ones that kind of are like very close together. Like this is here the middle one, and this is here the middle one, so we're gonna tie those together. I'm gonna find the pot in my garage to see like what kind of net we have to do. Okay, I found this very crusty plastic pot. I am gonna reuse this garden season. I just have to wash it. So your pot like maximum height is gonna be here where the first knots are. So the second knot should be around here. Technically you can mark this like spot where your second knot will be, but I'm not gonna do that at the moment. I'm just gonna like tie it very loosely, so I already know where it is. I'm gonna let the pot go. This is for a very big plant pot. Like usually you would have like smaller pots for house plants, I think. This is quite a big pot already. Now we're gonna tie the rest. Also at the same height approximately. Okay, so you can see that they are kind of like at the same height now, pretty much. And they're very loose right now, so I'm just gonna tighten them up. I have only done this like one time before, but I think it's like a pretty easy thing to do these plant hangers, and they make for such like affordable and cute handmade gifts that really do not need a lot of skill. We are finished with our net. So now I'm just gonna put the pot in here to see if it sits nice, and it does. As you can see, it looks really nice. And the last thing, you could basically stop here, but it's not very secure. Like your pot could fall down. Technically it is pretty tight in here, but it could fall down. So we're just gonna do another gathering knot down here, and this is why I said that you do not need to cut off these like tinsels down here, because they make for really cute decoration. So we're just gonna do another gathering knot down here. Same. hyacinths, crocuses, whatever, to put these maybe on the front porch. We just need to drill some holes for drainage. But I bought these, I think, in December or something, and I snagged them for €2 each. That is a super good price, like for metal containers. Snagged them at Magazine. So yeah, we're definitely gonna do this like this week, I think. Because 1st of March is spring day, so, or the beginning of spring. So we definitely have to do some spring containers to refresh our front porch, especially now that temperatures are getting more and more warm. And if you have made it this far, then thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate every single one of you. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you like the vlog. Never forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and I hope to see you back on my channel next time. Bye.